little bit. I did take off last week because we had the hurricane, and we ended up not having power from about Wednesday night until Saturday morning. So that was a little rough. And we were just kind of dealing with the aftermath and everything. Thankfully, that was the only real issue we had, was our power going off for a couple days. We didn't have any damage. None of our family has damage, and we're all safe and sound and doing well. So that's great. My heart does go out to everyone who is dealing with all of the destruction, the flooding, losing their homes. We are, like I said, very fortunate to not have had that experience, but I've been there before, so I understand what it's like to go through that stuff. And I just hope that everyone can be safe and start, recovering and getting back on their feet and stuff as we close out this year in the hurricane season. That being said, I do have a few updates for you guys. I have finally finished, what is this book called? Because I can never remember the name of it. The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. Finally finished this one. I wasn't really reading while we were dealing with the hurricane. It was actually pretty hot without power, and so we had thankfully we had a generator on the property, and we were able to at least run a fan and charge our devices and stuff. But it was pretty loud in here, and it was hot and uncomfortable and stuff, so I figured I wasn't going to try and stress myself by reading or updating you guys or anything. So I did finally finish that book. I gave it 3 stars. I don't really have much thoughts. I think, again, this is another slice of life book. Guys, why do I keep reading these books? And I am unexpectedly reading these books. I feel like there's this whole genre of slice of life that I just keep stumbling into, and I'm not trying to. But I honestly do feel like this was another one of those books, and it was good. I just felt like the resolution of the mystery, basically the main mystery, what happened to the dog, who killed the dog, just kind of was lackluster for me. It fell flat. The ending was a cute little ending. It was not what I expected. Once we got past, I'd say, the 60% mark, maybe even like 65-70%, it just wasn't as good as it was in the beginning. I felt like it wasn't as funny, it wasn't as interesting, and it was almost like we had this huge build up to everything, and then all the conclusions and wrapping up was that last portion of the book, and it just wasn't as interesting as the mystery was. So I did give it 3 stars. If you like slice of life stuff and like family drama and those type of books, I would highly recommend this, because it was that. It was definitely slice of life, basically just going through this kid's life, what his parents are dealing with from his perspective. We are seeing everything from his point of view. And in that aspect, I feel like it was really done well. I have almost no complaints about this book. I really enjoyed the writing style. I would say the first 2/3 of the book was great, and then the last third, it was just kind of like, meh, lackluster for me. And that did bring it down to a 4-star. So that's another book down. And I am currently still reading The Phantom Limb. I want to get started on a few other books though, so I'm hoping I can blast through that one today, because I am just under halfway through. So far so good. I think I'm pretty sure of what the twist is at this point. I've been thinking it was a twist like since she went to the hospital. What is our main character's name? I don't know. I know the sister's name is Emily. I think her name is Elizabeth. Listen. I'm not the person to ask about characters' names. The only time I remember a character's name is like if it's really seared into my mind for some reason. But yeah, so far so good. It's Yeah, I'm thinking I know what the twist or what the reveal is going to be here directly. Like, hopefully, we're going to find that out. I'm hoping this is not going to be dragged out to the end because I really want there to be a bigger mystery, unless I'm wrong, which in that case, but of course I will update you guys and let you know. I only have the audio of that one, so I'm purely listening to that as an audiobook. So I'm sure I'll be updating you on that one today. Also, I have kind of a little bit of an announcement. Unfortunately, I did experience the nasty side of Bookstagram during the aftermath of Milton. It's just very interesting. Some people react to things that they have no idea what people are going through in a very bizarre way. And unfortunately, not everybody has common decency, common sense, any of that. So, things transpired and it is what it is. We're moving forward. And to move forward, myself and a couple of my book besties over on Instagram have created a little book group. And there is an engagement side. We are going to be doing all kinds of fun things like a book club. We're doing monthly tropes, highlighting people. And bonus, it's Lord of the Rings themed. So if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, if you like reading books, if you like talking to other people about books and bookish things, if you are looking for a community of positive people to just chat with, it doesn't have to just be about books. This is like life and stuff. This is our hobby and it should be a fun place. That's what we want to cultivate, what we want to grow here. And yeah, so we have started a book group. It is called Book of the Shire over on Instagram. I will put a link in the description box. But yeah, so far it is just a great place to be. I am absolutely loving my time over there, and we would love to have more people that are positive and just want to hang out and talk about book stuff, talk about life, whatever you've got going on. It's more than just an engagement community. It's more than just books, but it's also a place where you can find support and, like I said, talk about books, engage with other creators. So please stop on by, send us a message and let us know that you'd be interested in joining our group. So I think that's all the updates I have for you guys right now. I will come back later, hopefully having finished the Phantom Limb or have some kind of great update reveal. guys, I'm updating you today. I finally finished The Phantom Limb by Lucinda Berry. 4 stars easily. So remember when I was telling you guys that I thought I had figured out what the twist was? I was wrong. And I couldn't be happier to admit that I was wrong, because the twist in the end was like, what? I'm sorry. Who? How? Like, and it wasn't revealed until the very freaking end, which was just like, I love that. That was like, like, oh, it was good. It was so good. I highly recommend. It wasn't a 5 star for me just because there was, like, even though the pacing was great, it wasn't a super long read or anything. There was some points in the middle where it was just kind of like, I felt like we were going over the same information that we had already gotten, and it was dragging a little bit. It was just a little bit of a lull for me. So I wasn't like wanting to gobble this up like every moment of the day. I was reading other books while I was listening to this one. So obviously not at the same time, because I can multitask, but I'm not that good. But this was great. I would recommend it if you are looking for something that's gonna possibly shock you, especially if you're someone who doesn't read a whole lot of thrillers or mysteries, or someone who is easily entertained like myself. Like I said, I am the type of reader that I kind of just put myself into the world as much as I can, and I'm just along for the ride. I'm not really trying to analyze everything every moment. Sometimes if I am annotating and stuff, I will, but if it's a pure audiobook, I am just here for the vibes. I am here for the story. I am suspending my disbelief, which you kind of do a little bit for this one, because I feel like even though the twist is good, there are some things that it's kind of like, okay, but how did you know this and how did you do that? So there's that. Like, if you really want to get in there and analyze it and, you know, have like a comprehensive understanding, I don't think that's going to happen, because there's just a few things that are left unresolved. It's like kind of alluded to, but not as much. Like, it's not a concrete answer. So I don't think I really discussed what this book was about without giving away too much of the story. It's basically about two twins, or a set of twins. I know there's a way that it can be done poorly because I have read it. I will put the book on the screen because I cannot for the life of me remember it. I think I gave it 2 or 3 stars, and it was a book that, like, every time it was switching POV, I couldn't figure out who the twin that was talking was. So, or the sister. I don't remember if they were twins. I remember almost nothing about that book except for that I didn't like it. So that should tell you a lot. So I know that it can be done poorly, but I feel like this was done really well. We're mainly just getting one POV the entirety of the story, so there isn't that switching back and forth. There's a lot less room for confusion and error, although we do kind of have an unreliable narrator in the sense that she's not always seeing everything as it truly is. It's really about these two girls that they come from an abusive home, and I will say trigger warnings for, you know, SA and abuse and all of that kind of stuff. I wasn't prepared going into this book for that. It wasn't a huge deterrent for me, but I know some people do not want to read that kind of stuff, especially about children. It is mentioned I want to say it's briefly discussed, like, in order to really go into it and know what happened. That part, it's like explained, not in any graphic detail, I would say. So, but we do periodically come back to those events. Not necessarily, still no graphic detail or anything like that. No real specifics, but it is mentioned a few times. It's discussed throughout the entirety of the book because this is like the crux of their problem. You know, this started when they were kids. It's basically about, you know, their childhood, about their upbringing, in the beginning of the, like, from the very early ages of their life, and then, you know, what happens to them, how they are, you know, getting out of that situation, and then how they are dealing with things as, I think she is a freshman or a sophomore in college. So it's about, she's about 19, 20, I think, 20, maybe 21. And it's just kind of like, it is a little bit slice of life-y, but it's less focused on like the daily, day-to-day mundane stuff of a life, and more so on how these events have impacted these two young women, you know, trying to move on with their life and stuff like that. So I feel like I am not doing the book justice in my explanation, because it's, when I try to explain it, it sounds like not great. Just read it. Read the book. Please. Please. Or go look up the synopsis or something. Because I feel like that does a better explanation than I ever will. I am not great at giving a synopsis for a book. I don't know. I'm just not blessed with that gift. But yeah, this was great. I had never really thought about reading anything from Lucinda Berry, and I got this as a random, like, recommendation from Instagram. So I'm super happy I gave it a chance. It was, like I said, it was a pretty great read. I don't really have a lot of notes, except for there was just a little bit where it was slow in the middle. And I think it's just because it's more focused on that daily life, and that's just me. Like, that's not something I'm interested in. So, but I do see how it was important for the story so that we can kind of understand what's going on. But other than that, I really have nothing bad to say about it. So like I said, 4 stars, highly recommend it. Please check it out. Do check the trigger warnings, and go ahead and peruse the synopsis while you're at it. I have no idea what I'm going to be reading next, so it's going to be a surprise for both of us. I'm probably going to check my Libby and see what needs to go back quickly, as well as what I have on my TBR, like, for October, because we are, like, about halfway into October. Today is the 16th. Today is usually a pretty rough day for me, because this is not only my father's birthday, but it is the anniversary of his death. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of try to not dwell on that. I usually take a few minutes, or, you know, a little bit of time out of my day to just do something kind of special for him in memory of him. But aside from that, I don't really want to dwell on it too much. I have my own feelings and issues to deal with surrounding that, and I just don't feel like dealing with them today. It's been a hard couple of months, and I just want to read. I just want to focus on some positive things in my life today, and I think that is something that my dad would want as well. So yeah, we are just going to keep on pushing forward. Yeah, and I will be back with an update, either with what I'm reading or after I've started reading something.
Penguin Random House Audio presents The Stranger Upstairs, a novel by Lisa M. Matlin. Read for you by Fiona Hardingham. For my mum, we always used to say, one day. Today, I say, day one. To my brother and sister, for always saving my ass. Dan, who on my darkest days said, don't give up, you're going to make it big one day, and when you do, please buy me a super yacht. Part 1. Want a great deal on a house? Buy one where someone was murdered. Here's the killer truth. A brutal murder can slash the price.
So I started reading The Stranger Upstairs. I'm about 40 minutes into it. What is this book? What am I reading? We've so far discussed, I mean, I have like zero knowledge of what this book is about. That's the way I try to go through most of my books, is like just either skimming the synopsis or not reading it at all and just going based off of the cover, the genre, a recommendation. I like to be surprised. I like to go into things not knowing, when it comes to books anyway. They've bought a house where there was a murder. Like, this is all happening in the first 40 minutes. I'm listening to it right now, but I have the physical book. Bought a house where there was a murder. Like, the dad killed the wife, his wife, the mom, and himself, and I think tried to kill the daughter, but I don't think the daughter died. I'm not really, like, it doesn't really say. He did attack her, though. And the couple that bought it is, like, fixing it up and stuff. There's something seriously wrong with this woman. Like, right now, she's a therapist, and right now we're in one of her therapy sessions, and she's talking about how she wants to steal her clients' bangles, like her bracelets, and how it's not the first client she's stolen from. What? Also, the magpie in the beginning that's like fat and has clearly been fed by somebody is really making me think somebody's living at the house. What is this book? What am I reading? What have I got myself into? I hope it's good. And also it's funny because she calls herself an Instagram whore, and I was thinking that because she keeps mentioning Instagram. So we'll see. I will be back later with another update. Hey guys, yes, it is the next day and I am still wearing the same shirt. Judge me if you want to, I don't care. I love this shirt is super comfortable and like it's not dirty. Sometimes I only wear shirts for like a few hours a day, so like I might change it to a so I don't know why I'm trying to justify this, but just know that yes, it is the same shirt and it is in the next day. Anyway, I'm here to update you guys on the stranger upstairs. This is obviously just the dust jacket. Like the beginning really had me, and it's not like nothing's happening, but it's just I feel like not enough is happening because I'm listening to the audio, I'm reading it physically, and I am falling asleep. I just got to chapter 13. I don't even think I'm 30% through the book yet. And it's like I'm reading it and I'm just like wanting to doze off. But my thing is, I'm very interested in the book and I want to know what's going on because there's some like little nuggets here and there of weird stuff that's going on. You know what? Let's read the synopsis because I did not even discuss that with you guys. So it says here, most people wouldn't buy an infamous murder house to renovate for fun, but Sarah Slade is not most people. A therapist and self-help writer with all the answers, Sarah has just bought a gorgeous Victorian in the community of her dreams. Turns out you can get a killer deal on a house where someone was murdered. Plus, renovating Blackwood House makes for great blog content and a potent distraction from her failing marriage. Good thing nobody knows that Sarah's past is as tainted as the blood stain on her bedroom floor. But the renovations are fast becoming a nightmare. Sarah imagined custom avocado wallpaper, massive profits, and an appreciative husband who would want to share her bed again. Instead, the neighbors hate her guts, and her husband still sleeps on the couch. And though the builders attempt to cover up Blackwood's horrifying past, a series of bizarre accidents, threatening notes, and unexplained footsteps in the attic only confirm for Sarah what the rest of the town already knows. Something is very wrong in that house. With every passing moment, Sarah's life spirals further out of control, and with it, her sense of reality. But as she peels back the curling wallpaper and discovers the house's secrets, she realizes the deadly legacy of Blackwood House has only just begun. It sounds super interesting. And so far, I think I've really only covered most of the synopsis in what I'm reading because we have had an incident. It's not really spoilery. So they're getting different people to come and fix the house and do various things on the house. The first thing that happens is a plumber comes because the upstairs, I think, shower keeps leaking and it's driving her nuts because it's just like drip, 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 drip. Like, that would get annoying. So she has someone come, and something happens to him. Like, it's a whole ordeal. And then I think he does end up fixing it, but and then they have like multiple builders come and cancel, and like she's getting ugly stares from the neighbors, and she finds a rat in her mailbox. She's getting creepy notes on her car, on her computer, and it's like, so shit is happening, like, but simultaneously it's so slow, and I want to know what's happening. I want to know what's going on, but I don't know. I just cannot, like, I don't like her husband. I think he's just, I don't know. Like, the book would be fine without him. Let's just say that. She's okay, I guess. I mean, she kind of has a personality, but I don't know. I'm just not vibing with these characters. I'm gonna keep pushing through this book. I'm probably not gonna DNF it because I really do want to know how it ends. I want to know what this secret is with this house and stuff. It better not be stupid, is all I can say, because if it's something dumb, I'm gonna be really upset that I wasted my time with this book. And it's probably gonna get a 2-star for me. But I'm thinking if it's a good mystery, if some creepy shit starts happening, we could at least get a 3. Like, if we get a 3, I won't be too mad about it. I won't be, like, feeling like I wasted my time. I'm hoping to at least get a 4, though. Like, because this is a book that I've been anticipating for quite some time, and I'm putting off other books. Like, why do I do this to myself? This book has to be back today, like, within the next 10 hours. So I need to finish it ASAP. And I still have like 80% of the book to get through, probably maybe 70%. So hopefully we're gonna finish it today. I don't know, I have to take a break for a while. I'm gonna catch up on some booktube because literally my eyes are closing as I'm reading this book. And even when I stopped for a chapter physically reading it, I put the book down and I'm just listening to it, I still want to go to sleep. So that's that on that. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a break for a little bit. I'm gonna watch some booktube, maybe have some lunch because it's like about noon, and see if I can pick it up maybe in another hour or so and not want to go to sleep. That's how I'm feeling about the book right now. I will come back and update you guys when I have more to talk about. Okay, guys, I am almost 50% way through this book, I think. It makes me really tired, and I don't understand why, because I don't know, there's so much going on. Like, there's a mystery is unfolding. I'm interested. I want to keep reading, but every time I pick up this book, The Stranger Upstairs, every time I pick this up, I want to go to sleep. I don't, like, I'm gonna have to factor that into my rating at the end, but I don't know. It's making me super tired. Like, I was already a little bit tired, but like yesterday too, I was fine, and it's just like I want to say that it's dragging, but it's honestly not. The pacing is decent. Could it be a little bit faster? Could we spend a little less time on like background and stuff? Sure, but I have a feeling that all this stuff is going to be important. But it's like I want to know what's going on, and I feel like there's two or three things happening simultaneously, because we're to a point where they're living in the house doing the renovations. There's also, we don't know, like, her past is in mystery, so we're kind of like slowly finding out about that, her and her husband Joe. And then there's also somebody who was living in the house before them, before they, like, she bought it before they bought it. And this person has disappeared, and there's no record of her buying the house. there's no record of her going missing. Like, she just disappeared and nobody said anything. I don't know. It's very weird. So, like, there's a couple of different things going on. And we're, getting things revealed. I would say, like, maybe not every single chapter, but at least every other chapter, there's some new revelation. So, I don't understand why this book is just making me want to take a nap. Like, I'm trying to get this one done before the weekend, but guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it today. I've only got about 3 hours left. But it's just, like, I read 4 chapters just now, and I could lay down and go back to sleep. Like, oh my gosh. Aside from that, though, I feel like it's a really good book. The making me want to sleep factor is taking it down to a 3-star, but I feel like this would be a 4-star, maybe even a 5-star. It just depends on how it's gonna end. I don't know. I'll have to see. But I can't figure out why it's making me tired, because simultaneously, so as per usual, what is a TBR? I had a plan for this month and did not stick to it. Like, I think I've read 1 or 2 things on my TBR at this point, but I have read at least like 14 books, and 2 of them were on my TBR, if that. It's a problem. I've just been kind of like reading whatever I feel like reading, which is apparently not what I wanted to read. I don't. Anyway, so I started reading Love Letters to the Dead. I don't even remember. I was online last night for something. I have no idea how I came across this book. I can't even remember if I came across it on Instagram or if I came across it like on Goodreads or something like that. And then I kind of like looked into it. I was like, oh, this sounds kind of good. And then I tried to find it on the Libby app and on Hoopla, and I couldn't find it there. The only copies they had were a coming soon in German, not helpful, and a version in Spanish, which wasn't narrated by the same narrator, so I was like, I'm not even going to try it. And then it was on Audible. So there was a sample on Audible and a sample on Kindle KU. So I went ahead and got the samples for both so I could like read it and listen to it. Loved the narrator. And then I'm just like, and like as I'm reading it, and it's like, it was late, I was just gobbling it up. Like, it was so good. I did not want to stop reading. I actually stayed up late to keep listening to this book, and then I did actually order a physical copy because I think I'm pretty sure I want to annotate it, because so the book is about this girl. She's in like high school. I think she's I don't know if she's a sophomore or a junior. I think she's around there. And she is processing grief, like her whole family is, but she is dealing with the recent loss of her sister, who was a little bit older than her. And I can't think if they said it in the book that her writing these letters is part of an assignment, like specifically or not. I know she says she's not doing the assignment right, so I'm assuming it's like related or assignment adjacent. So she is writing letters to dead celebrities, and in these letters, basically this is how the story is told. And she so far she's written to like Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Amelia Earhart, and she writes a little bit of her life in each letter. And I don't know, something about the writing style, just the way the story is presented, I am really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it in a way that I know it's probably going to make me cry and possibly have like some stuff unresolved. The way it's already tackling grief is very like, it's speaking to me. So I am so excited. I kind of want to like hold off on reading any more of it until the physical copy comes in, which should be tomorrow. I think I should get it tomorrow because I just ordered it yesterday. But it's either tomorrow or Monday. But yeah, I don't know. Something about this book is just really speaking to me, and I feel like it's going to be a 5-star. I'm so hopeful for it to be a 5-star because so far, so good. So I'll keep you guys updated on that when I do start reading that again. I might not read it, pick it back up again in this vlog. I'm hoping to read more than just this one stupid book. Like, I feel like I've been talking about this book for a few days. But I also read, no, I did finish. I finished The Phantom Limb in this vlog, right? And I finished The Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, The Curious Incident of the Dog. I don't know. Okay, so I finished 2 books already, and this would be the 3rd. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to like hold off on this one book, and then there's so many other books I wanted to get to this month, and there's only like 2 weeks left in the month, I think. I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully I can get through a few more books. I'm hoping to get through a few more over the weekend. But at the same time, I'm not sure how I'm going to structure these vlogs because I was doing Wednesday to Wednesday. But I missed last week's upload. So I'm kind of like in the same predicament as I was the week before, where I'm trying to edit stuff and get a video up, and I have other like sit down videos that I wanted to do, and I just wasn't able to get to them. So I don't know, you may see this on Monday, you may see this the next week. It's just gonna depend on if I can actually sit down and make the time to film videos, because I have quite a few ideas, and especially for this time. But oh my gosh, I just have not, like, either we've been preparing for stuff, dealing with a hurricane. Last weekend was pretty much shot because we had no electricity, no AC, nothing. So trying to film a sit-down video would have been damn near impossible. But yeah, hopefully this weekend, I don't think we have any more hurricanes coming. So I have high hopes. But yeah, for now, I will just keep you guys updated. Hopefully I can finish The Stranger Upstairs in the next few hours because, oh my goodness, I am, like, I want to be done with it because I don't want to keep falling asleep reading this book. I really do want to know how it ends. I really am intrigued, but it is just putting me to sleep, and I have no idea why. So I will see you guys back when I have more to update you on. Hey guys, it's Monday afternoon. I haven't read anything yet today, but I thought I'd check in with you guys with my reading over the weekend. I did get a few more chapters down of both The Stranger Upstairs. I don't have the book jacket with me right now. It's upstairs right now. Oh, that's funny. The Stranger Upstairs is upstairs. Anyway, and Love Letters to the Dead should be coming in today, the physical book. I've made a little bit of progress in both the books. Still absolutely loving Love Letters to the Dead. I cannot wait to get this book physically in my hands and start annotating things because, oh my god, this book is just really speaking to me. I don't know what it is about it, but it's great to listen to a few chapters like late at night. I don't know. I'm just absolutely adoring this book. And with the Stranger Upstairs, we just got, like, I feel a huge reveal, and I think we're only midway through the book. I don't want to spoil it, but we just found out something that, like, what? Like, this whole time, girl, it's been you. Like, also, more weird shit is happening, and she's, like, kind of stalking so remember when I said that someone had bought the house previous to her? I think the girl's name was Amanda. She had a boyfriend or like a friend. I don't remember exactly what their relationship is. But anyway, this guy knows her, and she's like low-key stalking him because she has a fake Instagram profile. And so on her real Instagram profile, he had blocked her after he told her, you know, you need to be careful, they're watching you, whatever. And then he blocks her. And then she fucking finds him on her fake profile and like starts talking to to him over there too. So it's low-key stalkerish. We're finding out more about the husband, Joe. She's opening up to her work colleague who's also a therapist. She works at like a therapy center kind of situation. So yeah, it's just, we're finding out a lot, and the house is still weird. So far, I am still struggling with the stranger upstairs to not put me to sleep, which I find is just very weird. Maybe her voice is just way too soothing, the narrator. I am not sure what's going on there. But hopefully I can get that finished today or tomorrow. I think I'm still only like about halfway through the book, so who knows. I honestly feel like it's not going to be a priority for me. I'm probably going to prioritize Love Letters to the Dead now that I am going to have the physical book today, because when I tell you that is all I want to do is just read that book, like, don't get me wrong, I want to find out what's going on with the stranger upstairs, but all I want to do is read Love Letters to the Dead because that book is so good. I don't know what it is about this book, but it's just amazing. I'm loving it, and it's a YA book, I believe, so even more I'm shocked. So far today, I've just been kind of resetting the house, cleaning up after the weekend. We had kind of an eventful weekend. We just had a lot of socializing basically. But I'm just kind of cleaning up. I was all set to do some sit down videos yesterday so that I could have something going up live on my channel today, but unfortunately the plans just took a turn, so we had to scrap that. Hopefully I can get something done throughout the week. If not, I'll be having a bunch of videos go up the next couple of weeks to make up for this 2-week nothingness. But yeah, so just been kind of tidying up the house, cleaning up a bit, doing the regular stuff, catching up on some videos from over the weekend, some booktube videos that have been uploaded over the weekend, a little bit of last week, just kind of taking it slow, easing my way into the beginning of the week. And yeah, that's probably going to be the only update for today, unless something like major happens and I update you guys later with some books. But I think that's really going to be the only update today. I'm hoping that my next update I will be telling you guys that I have finished something. Coming to you to say I have finally finished Stranger Upstairs. The dust jacket is still upstairs. I'm gonna put something on the screen right now because I want to talk about this book, the ending of the book, and it's gonna be spoilers. And if you guys haven't read this book yet or still want to read it, I don't want to spoil that for you, so I will put something up for this section. Like I said, if you want to read this book, or if you haven't read it yet and still want to read it and don't want to be spoiled, go ahead and skip this part until you don't see anything on the screen anymore. Everybody gone? Great. Carbon monoxide poisoning? Really? Like, I'm gonna give this book 3 stars. Okay, it was gonna be 2 stars, but then I read the author's note, and the author's note talks about mental health and like her personal journey and stuff. So I'm basically giving a star for the author's mental health journey, and because I feel like it is really super important for in a lot of things that we consume for there to be, especially when it talks about like mental health throughout the book, or you know, whatever it is that we're reading, watching, whatever. I think it's important to unpack that and discuss that to an extent. And so for that, I do have to give this book an additional star. But this book, I feel like I wasted my time. It was so good, especially once we got to like the, I would say especially the last third of the book. Great. But once we started to get into the latter half of the book, it started to pick up, speed up, and things were happening even quicker. We were finding out more information. For the reveal to be, it's carbon monoxide poisoning. And then, oh, the house has been inspected, and it's almost like the house is doing it. How is the house producing carbon monoxide poisoning? Like, how is the house producing carbon monoxide? Explain that one. And I don't know. I just felt like this was a little bit of a lazy... I don't know how else to explain it, but it just... No. The ending was just not it. It just wasn't it for me. So, yeah. I'm gonna end the spoilers here. And we're just gonna go back to talking about the book regularly. So I finished this book. Was not thrilled about the ending at all. I feel like it was a little bit of a lazy route, to be honest. Once we got past, like once we got into the latter half of the book, I did feel like things were picking up even more. We got a lot of information. A lot of things were answered. And especially that last, like, I don't know, maybe like 5 chapters was really quickly. A lot was going on. It was a huge thing. Then we find out, you know, what the secret of the house is, basically. Just what was that ending? That really, I don't know. It just, like, I feel like I see where she was trying to go and what was trying to be achieved here. And it's just, it just missed the mark for me. So, unfortunately, it is going to be a 3 star. And even giving it 3, I feel like it's actually 2.5, to be honest with you. And I'm really only giving that 0.5 for the mental health awareness discussion, but oh no, just no. So like I said yesterday, Love Letters to the Dead did come in. I am so excited. I am on page 129, I think. So, maybe about a quarter of the way through the book, and I'm so excited to pick out some tabs and start annotating this and highlighting it. It's gonna be amazing. I can't foresee myself ever getting rid of this book because of what I've read so far, and I feel like it's just gonna continue to get better. I think it's the format of writing letters while also simultaneously telling a story that I'm really enjoying. There's a lot of processing going on here. It is a YA, and it's just a little bit over 300 pages, but it's reading so fast. Like I said, I did try to like hold off on reading too much more because I do want to annotate this and I don't want to miss anything else. I'm gonna have to go back and reread the first part of the book that I've, you know, the first 100 and something pages that I've already read, just so that I can go in there, because I remember there were a few things that I did want to annotate there as well. So I don't think this one's going to be super full of annotations, but there's definitely going to be some points, and I'm sure as we get deeper into her Laurel's story, which is our main character, there'll be more to annotate. So this, I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this book by tomorrow. It's just gonna depend on, because I don't want to rush it either. I know it's gonna be heavy towards the end. I just have a feeling, and I'm really enjoying my time with it. So I think this is gonna be a great break from the last book that I can't believe that. And then hopefully this week and next week, I'm going to, at least until the end of the month, I'm going to be able to cram in a bunch of books. I'm really going to try to read at least a book every other day. To like either every day or every other day to get some books finished, because I really want to smash out my October TBR and at least get some things off of my list, because I feel like I've carried over everything from August and some stuff I've just had to abandon at this point. Because it's just, I don't really care that much anymore. There's still a lot that I want to read, and I don't want to carry it into the Christmas season. By the time we get to mid-November, I really want to be able to just focus on some Christmas reads. I also have another update for my book group on Instagram. We are going to be doing our first Books of Power club. That's our monthly book club. We have just chosen our book. It is The Shadows Between Us by, I think, Trisha Levenseller is her name. So we are going to start reading that on November 1st, and that should be super exciting. I don't think it's going to be like pretty much anything I've ever read before, so I'm excited to branch out a little bit and then discuss, this book with other people who are here for the vibes and the positivity. So if you guys are interested in being part of the Shire, in joining our book club, and just having some good book friends that want to support each other and be there for each other, please go over to Instagram and join us. I will put the link in the description. You can always find it through my Instagram as well. And yeah, we would love to have you over there. So I think that's all I've got for the update for today. I'm not sure what the day is gonna hold. I don't know how much more I'm gonna get rid of Letters to the Dead. But yeah, so as per usual, I will see you guys the next time I have something to update, or I'll be ending the vlog, one or the other. Hey guys, it is Wednesday now. I thought I would just come up here to kind of update you guys and close out the vlog at the same time. I did start and finish yesterday. After I finished The Stranger Upstairs, I started Guillotine by Delilah S. Dawson, or Guillotine, however you want to pronounce it. Did not know what to, I've seen a few reviews about it, but I still didn't really know what to expect. I did not read the synopsis on purpose because it's such a short read. I didn't want to spoil myself or anything. I did listen to it. It was about a 4-hour, or really less than that. I think it was like a 2.5 to 3 hour listen. I think on Libby it says it's 4 or 5 hours. Did not want to stop listening to this. Like the moments where I had to stop and do something else, it was agony, because all I wanted was to listen to this book. It was so good. It was 5 stars. Highly recommend reading this. Oh my god. I can't even pinpoint exactly like one or a few specific things that I loved about this book so much that it just, like, I feel like from the halfway point I already knew it was 5 stars, and then there was just nothing that really swayed me from that feeling. There was so much in this short story. It was super impactful. The gore was great. I actually really enjoyed that we were kind of seeing everything happen through a specific person, and she wasn't super involved until the end. I don't know, the way everything was written, the pacing was impeccable. Just from the beginning, I was grabbed and immediately interested, and then I never lost that interest throughout the entirety of the book. So that was so great. After reading The Stranger Upstairs, that was such a disappointment. But yeah, I just wanted to check in and tell you guys about that. I also have started incidents around the house. So that is most likely going to be in the next vlog that I have coming out. So just to recap this vlog, we read, what is it? The Curious Case of the Dog, or The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. Then I finished up The Phantom Limb by Lucinda Berry. Also read The Stranger Upstairs by, I think, Lisa Maitland. I don't remember the author. And finally, we finished off this vlog with Guillotine by Delilah S. Dawson. The Curious Case of the Dog in the Nighttime, or The Curious Incident, I never can remember what that book is called. The Dog in the Nighttime book. I'm pretty sure that was the 3-star. And then Phantom Live, I think I gave 4 stars. The Stranger Upstairs ended up being 2.5, 3 stars. And Guillotine was a 5-star read. So we had a pretty well-rounded, I mean, I would have loved to have not been disappointed by things, but we had a pretty well-rounded reading this last week, so I'm not mad about it. I am going to wrap up this one here for today and get started on the next vlog. If you enjoyed this vlog, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you want to see more content about books and just random things, I guess. But for now, that's all I have for you guys, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye!